Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be a Patreon cast between Cyril and Maru from TSL 9. Top right side gonna be Serral, bottom left side gonna be Maru. So, two incredible players, GSL winner Maru versus ESL world champion Serral. Woof! Can we get any better than this? No, I do not think that we can. Ugh. All right, so 16, 18, 17 timing here from Serral. We've got Maru doing his own thing. You're going to go command center first. You're going to do 1-rax expand. We will have to see. Oh. Command center first from Maru. I do like a command center first play from Terran in the Zerg matchup. Pachow. Man, just a little bit behind Serral's first base. And no professional Zerg would ever drone scout in this matchup because it puts him a little bit behind in the macro game, and a little bit behind is a lot behind when you're at this level. So there's virtually zero chance of this getting scouted and punished. If you did it all the time, like every single time you played against a Zerg player, then yeah, we would see pool first openings against ya from the Zerg, just blind, right? But as long as you do it just every once in a while, or I don't know, maybe 50% of the time, you can get away with it. So 2 racks after the command center. Okay. I kind of like it. It kind of feels aggressive. I mean, super aggressive to me for sure. Look at Serral's camera bumping all over the place. Checking to see, does the Overlord see anything? Checking to see, is there anything here? He's looking out here to make sure there's no racks, no Marines coming in. Serral plays fast, man. He just does. His APM, both players well over 300 at this point. And not much going on. Just kind of, warming your fingers up, checking different spots on the map consistently here. We're past the time where proxies are really going to be an issue. Maybe looking for a Reaper as it comes out. Is this double reactor? No, Tech Lab. Okay, I was going to say, like a ton of Marines showing up. Third base timing from Serral is normal here. And this is just blind. This is him being like, this is my build. If there's a proxy, so be it. If it's a command center first play with a lot of racks pressure behind it, so be it. I'm getting my third base up, and sometimes that's just how Zerg has to play. Sometimes they have to be like, well, I'm going to macro. And if macroing kills me, live by the sword, die by the sword. Because my macro is what wins me the games. Slowling makes it in. Are you kidding? That's not even fair. Slowling gets in, sees the double gas, sees the double racks, sees this command center, knows the timing on it. Sees the fact that it's already in orbital, and he's like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, and does he scout this too? Did he see the third CC, or did he wait? He waited. He waited till the Ling was dead to throw down the third CC at about 3 minutes, though. That might have been another sub 3 minute third, which Maru loves to do. I haven't seen him do that in tandem with the super fast command center first play. This is nuts. Maru's macro is going to be off the chain here. We'll see. We'll see if this can work out for Serral, or if he's just going to play normal, and Maru's going to be on 3 bases, super, ultra, mega fast. But Serral's not getting harassed either, right? That's the thing. Serral's not dealing with Hellions right now. There's been no Reaper to bother him. Does he have any Lings at all? He's got 1. He made 2 Lings today instead of the 4, and that's allowed him to drone up so hard. He's at 43 workers at 4 minutes. And he's got 5 queens out. That is a metric for you Zerg players. Can you get up to 43 workers in 4 minutes with 6 queens out? Wait, 5 queens out and 3 bases? I bet you can if you try. It's a good metric. It's a good measuring stick to try to put yourself up against. So third base finishes from Maru. Got a factory out. Got a starport out. But based on the 2 racks here, it's got to be Marine tank stuff, right? Marine Marauder tank stuff. Probably a little bit of that. Maybe some Widow Mines. And we're not bothering with Hellions here. We are swapping that starport right over to the reactor. We're going to start that medevac production now. Bingo bongo. The timing is so perfect here. So I really feel like what this is going to be is one of those kind of Marine tank timings that are traditionally around 7 minutes that I think Maru is going to try to hit here closer to 5 or 6 minutes. Somewhere in there. Is Serral going to be ready for it is the question of the day. He's got 4 lings. He's got, okay, he just made a bunch more lings. He's got 14 lings. He's got a ton of queens, 9 of them. A baneling nest is finishing up now. I think he recognizes the threat, and it's a little bit earlier than it usually is, and he's adapting very, very well to it here too. So creep spread in. Again, you've got 9 queens. You might as well spread all of the creep you could ever ask for, right? Ling's checking to make sure there's no army, no Hellions swinging around this top side of the map. That would be nice to check out for sure. And, oh, these tumors getting down just right before Maru darts in there is such good timing for Serral, too. Yeah, I think he's fine right now. He is. Is Maru going to bring any tanks with him, or what's this factory for? The factory is to make reactors, apparently. No, he's making a siege tank. Okay. But it's not part of this initial push. Creep tumor down. Not enough lings to handle this. Not enough slow banes to handle this either. Making a move, and then a bunch more lings show up. And that's a pick up and get out. One Marine gets splatted on the ground. Not ideal, but third base rolling here for Maru. One SCV, I think, killed a Zergling that wandered in here. Yeah, I don't know. Serral's just a monster sometimes. He can die to these things. I've seen him die to these little 7-minute pushes. But yeah, he showed up at 5 minutes, and Serral was ready for that. I wouldn't have been. I don't think I would have. I don't think I've scouted well enough. There are just enough queens to actually straight up fight these Marines. Look, they don't have upgrades, which is a problem. I mean, they've got stim and combat shield, which is awesome, but +1 would be huge in a battle against these queens, and +1 armor would be massive too. So I'm going to protect these creep tumors, and Maru just continuing to shark around down here. Centrifugal hooks is almost done from Serral. Creep tumor sniped, scan up. More tumors getting killed, but Maru's got to be a little bit discouraged by just how far-reaching this creep is right now. It's out there, man. He's going to try to attack up the left side and maybe push up center at the same time, or maybe group everybody together on this left side, get those tanks in siege mode. That's what we're talking about. Get tanks behind these rocks. That's a good position, too. Anytime you can kind of nestle your tank up in a place where it can't get surrounded, that's where you want to put your tanks professionally. Okay, so this is a little bit dangerous. This is a favorite spot for Terran players to go on this map against Zerg, because you can have the Marines up here attacking the hatchery while the tanks kind of cover them, right? See that coverage range there, and only queens can really engage. Lings cannot, because if Lings try to get these Marines, then the tanks will hit them. Lings going for it, though, from all directions. That is a pickup of all the Marines back there. The tanks die. These Marines are taking Banelings hits there. Incredibly well defended there by Serral. The Queen's doing serious work there, too. Oh, this is amazing. Attack up the right side from Maru. Does he have scans available? Yes. Going to take down some more of these tumors. Fred is still the creep spread, getting surrounded, getting picked up, leaving a sacrificial Marine behind. And then, gosh, purple is really hard to see on this creep that is also purple. Why is it purple and yellow? Ah! Big time Baneling hits there. And then Lings cruising in just a few at a time. That's enough, though, to be problematic, especially because they got 1-1 right now. Just now they start getting that 1-1 upgrade, which is big against the 1-1 Marines for sure. Creep spread continuing to push here. Hydralisks on the way. Not too weird in this matchup at all. The current meta really seems to be incredibly heavy on Hydraling Bane, with lurkers if the game goes on long enough. Ultras are just bad is the problem. Ultras have fallen off the tier list to be like Z tier bad, which makes me sad because I like Ultras. I make them. Do they die a lot? Yeah. Are they worth the cost? Not really. Not against good Terran players, no. Because ghosts, right? It's all ghosts. It's all les ghosts. La fantôme, as the French would say. Clem is not here, though. I don't know what the Finnish word for ghost is. I don't know really any Finnish at all, actually. Finnish is a tough language. French is easier because it's a Romance language, so there are some shared roots in there. You know, English, Spanish, French. We're all friends that way. Linguistically, I mean. Oh, right side group gets caught out. Pick up! Oh, your medevacs are gonna die! Ah! That was a full dead medevac. Rip. Ripperoni. God, that was so horrible. So horrible. Drilling claws coming in. Yeah, look, when the Zerg has creep like this, okay, the left side creep is actually pretty anemic. A lot of tumors have died over there. But you have so much creep. Yeah, this is not happening. No, I mean, that medevac got a boost. There's a spore, dodge it. There's a queen, and medevac dies. Get some, okay. All right, 12 drones get killed there. That was not too bad. Widow mines catching, banelings hitting. Okay. Look, Maru's figured out the widow mines into the composition here at 10 minutes. That has changed things. Marines, Marauders, medevacs are good, but against an elite Zerg player, which cancels the top left base from Serral. I like it. I've been talking about how well Cyril has been defending here, but I don't know. Losing 13 drones there, not getting a 5th base up this top left side is a problem. Wait, that's a 6th base. 5th base is already up and running. Get with the times, Falcon. We're 10 minutes into this thing. 184 to 175 supply. Hive coming in. More Widow Mine drop attempts. Success. Oh, medevac gets killed by a spore, I think that was. Not too shabby. Hit that like button, by the way, if you're enjoying this. And yeah, this is a Patreon cast. For those of you who support me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for just as $1 a month is all it takes. You can see this a month before it shows up on the normal channel and without ads. So if you're like, man, ad-free content, I don't even have to install an ad blocker or anything. Yeah, it's great. Patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. A good place to see ad-free VODs that I put up there every single week for StarCraft 2 and for Brood War if you care about that stuff, which, I don't know. If you like Brood War, I've got another channel devoted to that stuff. Oh, Widow Mine hit. That was just Falcon Paladin. YouTube.com/Falcon Paladin. Pretty easy to find. Good. Widow Mine's doing some work here. It's a 12-kill Widow Mine. All right. Serral has to be more careful because the Widow Mines exist, but it's not... Like, for me, if I'm playing against a Terran and he's incorporating Widow Mines, I'm like, well, I'm dead. I mean, not every time, but so often it gets to the late game, and I'm like, well, I have a Ling Bane heavy composition, and I just kind of like running them around attacking bases, and if I'm running around and I run past a Widow Mine, 30 of my Lings will die, because I won't notice the Widow Mine is there, and if I do, I'm not fast enough to split off the one Ling that's been targeted by the Widow Mine and save everybody else. It's just not going to happen for me, so Widow Mines make my life immensely difficult. Which is why Terrans do it. They know. They watch these games. They know what's up. This is amazing, though. Like, Maru's doing really well, considering how well Serral's playing, too. This is definitely some high-level stuff. And Lurker... there we go. Seismic Spine's on the way. Adrenal Gland's coming in. Nidus Network on the way. That's what we're talking about. Changelings immediately summarily executed. And that Creep Tumor and Queen gets killed, too. Ghosts are out. The first snipe of the day, I think that was. So I don't know. Serral could be in trouble here. I'm looking at it, trying to feel like, spanning bottom right. He's not trying to take this Rich Vespine Geyser base on either side of the map, though his creep is covering both of them, so they count as expansion locations. Potential expansion locations, you know. See? Peels off. Peels off one to trigger the Widow Mine. And marching right on in here. There are Hellbats, but that's why there's Banelings. Banelings crashing in, but high ground belongs to the Terran. Thank you. And Serral has to flee in shame, but he leaves some Speedlings behind with the Adrenal Glands upgrade, which makes them Cracklings. And the tank is doing some serious fire to them, too. That tank has got 15 kills, but I think some of them might be friendly fire on SCVs. But Serral's expanded bottom right. He's expanded top left. His income is looking like this right now. Really a lot of yellow on the map, and really for the last 10 minutes from Serral here. He's starting to build a bank, whereas Maru cannot do it. This is not feeling like a great place for Maru to be. Both players, though, are just... I don't know. I think Maru, almost against anybody else right now, would just be in a position to win this game. Yeah, Lings couldn't kill that Hellbat defending, but that Siege tank sure could. It's like Thor Ragnarok. And the Hellbat says, you can't kill me. And then the Zergling points at the tank on the cliff and says, I know, but he can. It's actually a question that I have. Ragnarok lightened the tone of Thor a lot, and everybody loved it, right? There's a lot of jokes in Ragnarok. But then Thor Love and Thunder comes out, does kind of the same thing, and everybody hates it. Is it just too much? As a planetary Baneling bus comes, okay, Lings and Hydras. The Liberators are dying. The tanks are going down. This planetary that's trying to set up actually does a good job keeping some stuff alive because it's in a weird place, but it prevented Lings from getting down here. That's for sure. So it's just tricky, right? Tone is really hard in your movies and your TV shows because, look, the DCEU, the DC comic expanded universe for the movies and TVs and stuff, is widely criticized for being too dark and gloomy and, like, gritty. But then the MCU these days is criticized for being too lighthearted and too funny and too jokey. So you can't just go one way or the other. You have to find a balance. And like I said, Ragnarok, hailed as a great Thor movie. Thor Love and Thunder, meh. It just leaned too hard into the jokes. Was it just too much of the funny and not enough of the dark and the pathos? I don't know. And I'm sure there have been meetings upon meetings at Marvel discussing this very thing. Like, what is it? How do we strike this balance? Meanwhile, Serral says, well, I'm remacked. Let's go. Here he comes again. Lings, Banes, and trying to... Yes, this is an overwhelming crushing blow here. Ghosts, the final line of defense. Gonna snipe those Hydras. Gonna kill these Lings. Gonna snipe retreating Overseers. But 12 more SCVs die for a total of 31. 16 drones have died today. Just, it's fine. That was a while ago. And Serral's at 93 drones now, so he doesn't really care. He's not thinking about that at all, is he? No. So he's basically like, look, Maru, you can have this. You can have these bases. I'm not letting you expand anymore. You cannot have this base. You cannot have this base. If you try, you will be rebutted. You don't have any money, and I do. So I can remax a lot faster than you can. Greater Spire coming in. So, Broodlord's generally bad. But, if you have an opponent where you can just kill one of their bases and you win the ball game, that's worth it. If you look, all he has to do is kill this, and I think Maru taps out, right? Kill it entirely. So, yeah, you bring Broodlords in. You wipe this out. And then Maru taps out. And yeah, the Broodlords, they've done their job as another wave of Zerg comes crashing in. As it does, I mean, this matchup has just turned into so many attempts of Terran to withstand the waves crashing upon the beachhead. That is Zerg. Over and over and over again. Serral's making 88 more Lings, making Infestors. So yeah, Broodlords, again, fine if you can use them as a closer. They come in, they pitch one inning, they get 3 outs. They're done. Lurkers come out. Okay, these 2 Lurkers died for nothing. That's a pretty good attack. Too many Hydras show up with the Adrenaling support, and that is bad news. But yeah, they're closers. They show up, they pitch 1 inning, they get 3 outs, and then the game's over. And that's it. But if you have to leave a closer in for 3, 4, 5 innings, then they really start to fall apart. And they die. Look, I guess some closers can probably pitch 3, 4, or 5 innings, but this is Mariano Rivera in the 90s who really would just come in for like 1 inning and just get it done. So yeah, Broodlords are Mariano Rivera. And today's analogies from Falcon Paladin. Another bunch of Lings, Banes, Hydras. Serral's got to be like, what do I have to do to get you to GG? Parasitic Bomb getting thrown down. Finally, this forward planetary dies. 17 more SCVs die. The ghost count is not good, and when the ghost count is not good, I guess it's 11. When it's not good, the Terran has a bad time. Burrowing a Ling here too. Yeah, this is falling apart. It's falling apart here. This is not looking good. There was a window. I think Maru maybe could have started to move out, but Serral is just too big. He's too big. He's too scary. He's too strong. Maru's like, what do I have to do? And I gotta say, I sort of agree with him here. He opened up Command Center first. He got a crazy fast third base. He incorporated Widow Mines into his early and mid-game pushes and got some decent hits. He got Ghosts into the late game. What does he have to do? Neural Parasited Ghost is in here. It looks like he's wearing a ghillie suit. Oh, he escaped his terrible enslavement. Nidus Worm died as well. It's like 12 to 17 workers die every time this happens. 74 SCVs have died. The income tab looks like this right now. You can like see it in your head, right? You can just be like, oh, yes, obviously. Obviously, that's what the income tag looks like if you're just listening. Some people just listen to my cast, which is interesting. That's why I kind of try to go for the more radio style. But this is just another attack at the 6 o'clock. There's just not an ending here that works for Maru. I don't know what it is. Serral always has enough money to remax. Maru is always starving, which is why he's at 28 SCVs. Cannot possibly replace all of the workers that he's lost here. What he does have is a bunch of orbitals, though. So, how many orbitals does he have? 8. So you can pull down mules pretty heavily. Oh, this attack came way too early, though. Dude, 17. 23. The SCVs are dying by the dozens here. Planetary Fortress is up with 30 total kills, and that doesn't matter. GG. Serral is your winner to the tune of ghosts getting obliterated dramatically. Is Serral still in here? Dude, Serral is apparently still in here. He's trying to buff up his score a little bit. Okay, we're going to pause it then. Yo! Serral, top of his game. That's it. He just is. He's the best player in the world when he's playing like this. Maru, we went over the things that Maru did, and usually they're enough to win TVZs. Not today. Not against Serral. Although, man, look at this creep spread. Look at this. How do I make this as super zoomed out? Out, in, out, super out. It doesn't really go as far as I want it to, but yeah, there's creep all the way down. Here's the creep line, right? Yeah, that's it. Like, poor Terran's in this tiny, tiny pocket, which he can do when he goes mech Terran, and he's just here to defend, make an amazing amount of amazing, horribly good trades. And then move out once Serral's like, oh, I'm not making good trades here, and win. Sure, but not with traditional Marine Marauder, Ghost, Widowmine, Medevac stuff. No, we've never seen that work. Even for somebody as good as Maru is. He just didn't kill enough hatcheries. It's 10, right? You got to kill 10. He killed none. He forced to cancel on the 6th at the top left, and I think that was it today. But, man, anytime Zerg player did lose 45,000 resources and Maru lost 40. So, yeah, there's a 5,000 resource difference here for sure, but man, at the same time, what do we do? It just feels helpless, I think. The Terran fans watching this are like, what do you do? This is Maru we're talking about. It was Maru ghosts. Maru ghosts have looked incredibly overpowered in previous casts. They've taken down Zerg after Zerg after Zerg after Zerg in this matchup, but not Serral. Serral, it just got too many bases too quickly, rebuffed the attacks of Maru too easily, expanded a million times, and that was it. He just had enough money. He would wave in, remax, wave in, remax, wave in. And eventually you're going to wear down even the great Maru, which Maru is. He is the great Maru. Amazing. Like, really, really amazing. Yeah, like, let me know in the comments. What do you think Maru should have done differently in this? Any thoughts? I don't know. All right, cool. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.